Well, hey, Goal Diggers, it's Mary Gilbert. I'm coming to you from Wilmington, North Carolina. I hope you guys are having a really great week and wrapping up your month really strong. I wanted to grab just a couple of minutes of y'all's time. I'll keep it real short and sweet, but I wanted to talk to you guys about being persistent and being consistent. So for those of you who don't know a whole lot about me, in addition to being a stay-at-home mom, I'm also a homeschooling mom. So a large portion of my time is spent reading children's books. And earlier this week, I was reading a book with my daughter. And as I was reading the book, I thought, I have got to share this with the team because it is so great and it's got such a great message. And I find in a lot of ways, I find that I get a lot of inspiration from children's songs and children's books. So I wanted to share a little bit of it with you guys. And the book is called, appropriately so, since we are Team Goal Digger, Sam and Dave Dig a Hole. And I thought it would be fun to do just a quick little Goal Digger story time today. On Monday, Sam and Dave dug a hole. "When should we stop digging?" asked Sam. "We're on a mission," said Dave. "We won't stop digging until we find something spectacular." The hole got so deep that their heads were underground, but they still had not found anything spectacular. "We need to keep digging," said Dave. So they kept digging. Then they took a break. Dave drank chocolate milk out of a canteen. Sam ate animal cookies he had wrapped in their father's kerchief. "Maybe," said Dave, "the problem is that we are digging straight down." "Yes," said Sam, "that could be the problem." "I think we should dig in another direction," said Dave. "Yes, that's a good idea." "I have a new idea," said Dave. "Let's split up." "Really?" said Sam. "Well, just for a little while," said Dave. "It'll help our chances." So Dave went one way and Sam went another. But they did not find anything spectacular. "Maybe we should go back to digging straight down," said Dave. "Yes," said Sam, "that's a good idea." Sam and Dave ran out of chocolate milk, but they kept digging. They shared their last animal cookie, but they kept digging. Y'all see this little animal bone down here? After a while, Sam sat down. "Dave," he said, "I am tired. I cannot dig anymore." "I'm tired too," said Dave. "We should take a rest." Sam and Dave fell asleep. And their little doggy, he kept on going for his treasure. All right, that's all I'm going to read because Sam and Dave fall asleep and then they have this weird dream sequence and it has nothing to do with the message that I would like to share with you. So I'm not going to finish the book. But I did want to share with you just a little bit about the message of persistency and consistency that I thought was so cool in the book. You know, when they first got started, Dave said, "We won't stop digging until we find something spectacular." They didn't even know what was out there. They had no idea what they were going to find, but they knew it was spectacular and they were going to keep digging until they found it. They were not going to stop. And they start digging, and maybe this one over here is just an early missed opportunity. We all have those in business, and that's okay. But the important thing was that they kept digging. And so down here was this big treasure, but then they got tired. And, you know, maybe they heard some no's in their business. You know, how many times does that happen to us? We start feeling like, well, I've heard 17 no's this week, and I'm just not feeling it anymore, and I'm tired, so I'm going to change it up. Well, that's what they did. They got tired, and they changed the direction. So instead of just being consistent and following the path they were on and getting that treasure, they changed up the game, and they missed it. So then they split up. They changed their game again. Instead of being a team, instead of working together, well, then they split up. And I know that it's really easy a lot of times to say, well, I know that this is working for that leader, or, you know, Holly does it this way or Heather does it that way, but I don't really think that's going to work for me or work for my network, so I'm gonna do it my way. And we try and reinvent the wheel, and we go off and we do it on our own. And we don't realize that working as a team is what makes us strong. And we miss out on all this opportunity. You know, they had this big old treasure right in between them, but they missed it because they were separated. And so when they finally do get back together, Well, then they changed the game again, and they missed the freaking mother load. You guys, stop changing the game. I know that it is easy to feel like, I'm doing this one thing and I'm not getting anywhere, and so I'm going to keep changing this and changing that and finding what does work. I absolutely advocate tweaking your business to find what works for you, but we are so blessed to be a part of such an abundant team that is really focused and really committed to making sure that we have all the tools that we need for success. And so when we are constantly making changes, we miss out on all of this, okay? So you've got to be consistent, you've got to be persistent and stick with the path. And when you sit down and you get tired, guess what happens? Somebody else comes and gets the treasure because you're on your behind sleeping. Now, this little guy's treasure is not the same as their treasure. He gets a bone, and they were looking for gems, all right? Like, that dog doesn't care two flips about this treasure. But this is the treasure that mattered to him, and everybody's treasure looks different, okay? Your treasure's not going to be the same as my treasure. But if we are consistent and we're persistent and we work together as a team and we support each other in every possible way, we will get our treasure and we will find that mother lode. So especially on the tail end of the month, especially after we have had such a crazy month, I know that it's been full of drama. I know that it's been hard. I know it's had its hardships. But despite all of that, we've got to stay consistent. We've got to stay persistent and stay on our path. We know that if we are consistent, that we will find that mother lode and we will find that treasure. And so even after the 20th, even after, in a regular month, of course, obviously I know we've got our hiccups this month with auto ships and everything, but in a regular month, like even after the 20th passes and you've got all those orders that have hit your bucket, what's awesome? Y'all don't stop digging. We're goal diggers. That's what we do. Don't stop digging just because the 20th passes. Y'all keep digging, keep being persistent, and you will find your treasure because it is out there for us to find. I hope y'all have a really great day. I hope you enjoyed Goal Digger Story Time. I love you all. Have a good one.